It's Rome. This is Carnival Visionaries brought to you by Playmas. And we are here telling the stories of those magicians, those genius minds behind Carnival itself. And our guest here today is one of those creatives where you see his costumes all over the world. And you might hear the name, but you might know exactly who it is. So we're making sure that we feature him here on Carnival Visionaries. We have with us the famous Alejandro. Welcome. So, Alejandro, you have a unique story. Every designer that we have spoken to, you all are very different. Your story is very intriguing to me because I heard that you're not a Trini born.
No, I am actually not. I was born originally in Venezuela and I migrated here like when I was 6. So like I am Trini, but I'm not. Kind of in a way. So I was raised here and I was lucky enough to just absorb the culture very fast and actually blend into the point where people actually don't know. And
most people don't know.
No,
because
there's no accent, there's nothing.
I say coming here like Sophia Guevara, give us a hello, I am from Trinidad.
None of that, unfortunately.
Nothing.
So yeah, so I was raised here, went to school here, so I'm practically Trini.
So you speak Spanish still?
Sí, hablo español.
What?
Fluentemente.
What? And your parents, so how you made that journey? Was it that I guess it is like your parents came across?
Yeah, my mom, since she was a teenager, she used to be back and forth studying English here. And then she met my stepdad, they got married, and then I happened to pop across.
And then they came across here.
I made a little feature.
No, but then, all right, with that Venezuelan background, how you became a designer? Because I know that Venezuela wasn't that big in terms of the Trinidad version of Carnival. So
yeah, because Venezuela's version of Carnival is more pageantry than actual masqueraders and parading. It's more of somewhat of a Brazil experience.
Okay.
Where it's more floats and women who are selected by committees will be in a special costume. It's not what it is here. And for me, I just fell into Carnival through some friends, and they're like, come and help us. And I ended up working on some special stuff, and it got photographed by the late Calvin French, rest in peace wherever you are. And it ended up on one of the covers of the Express, and from there, another friend got in contact, and then they pulled me into paparazzi. And once I ended up there, it kind of went into humor, into fantasy, and
so how many years now you in this Carnival space?
I am in it for 8 years now.
8 years.
8 years. So I started when I was like 18, 19.
Okay. So young. So
yeah. So yeah. So
all right. And you're in this Carnival space now. You've been designing for 8 years for numerous bands. So not only for the bands I mentioned in Trinidad and Tobago, but outside of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, it went from being this little passion project. We're like, you know what, I love doing this, into now it's a full on production, and I'm like almost in every island. Like I'm in Barbados, Grenada, Antigua, Bermuda, St. Kitts, and this way it cut and you go 5 minutes later. I know he's still going on islands. But yeah, I'm all over the Caribbean.
So is it that you do this full time now? Because I know some designers, they have a full time job and then they do this at the side.
No, this is like a full on production. So like and I'm not a one man show. Like I have an assistant, I have a first hand when I'm building costumes. It's people think that, oh my God, you're busy for like 2 months out of the year and you make costumes and then you go. No, it's every month there is a deadline, at least 1 or 2, and while those design deadlines are going on, also production is going on. So like it's a full-on thing, and people don't really understand that.
So, because a lot of people, for younger ones who are in school and who are watching this, and they may go on and tell their parents they want to be a costume designer, a Carnival costume designer, and then their parents might say, boy, but Carnival is 2 days for the year. So how is that going to work out? It's not really a job. So would you advise them that this is something that you can make a career out of?
I definitely do think there's a space. I mean, for me, there's a space for everybody within the industry. There's room for the whole industry to grow locally, regionally, internationally, everything. It is a tough industry because you have to make sure your best is always displayed because right now, you're not as good you're as good as your last costume.
Right.
And that's the last thing your client
known
sees.
for, right.
Correct. So let's say we just launched Trinidad. If my costumes weren't to satisfaction to my foreign clients, they'd be like, oh, well, maybe I'm having second thoughts about employing Alejandro for the next year. So it's all about constantly being at the forefront. So it is a race and it is very competitive. And I mean, you have to have thick skin to be in it, for sure.
Do you get like backlash on social media from your costumes after you put all of this effort and you put it out there and then people make comments and they don't like it?
I don't think it's backlash. And I mean, to me, everybody's opinion is valid in some form or fashion. It's just a matter of how you take it. And while some people mightn't voice it in the best way, somehow there's in every comment there is a message to be taken, for me at least. So like, and I mean, there's always room to grow.
Right.
There's always room to grow.
Where would you say you get your inspiration from?
Honestly, from everything. It could be from a sculpture to a magazine picture to even reading or movies. It's very diverse. It all basically boils down to what the band is trying to depict, and from there you will just, because I mean, for me it's a simple thing. Like even for my spirit costume this year, like I used a lot of fabric, and it was something that a lot of designers try to stay away from, just in the pretty mass category. And it was something that I saw another designer did like about 10 to 12 years ago, and I was like, oh my god, this is the perfect thing for this costume. And it also helps reintroduce things from the older generation and bring it back for them to see now, and for younger people to be like, okay, this is something that's still evolving. It's not a fixed market,
right?
In a sense.
So do you get like burnout as a creative?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, as a creative, you have to know when to step back, and I've been subject to that many times. But once you do and you realize that you are getting that fatigue, it's stepping back is the best thing, even if it's like a 2 days or a 3 days or maybe a day, but stepping back is necessary.
So is there like a go-to for you where, all right, boy, for us as musicians, we call it writer's block. Is it that sometimes I just can't get a costume, I just can't come up with an idea? Have you ever been through something like that?
Yeah, and I've realized the moment you put it down and you walk away and you come back, that's when you get the best outcome. Because if you try to force it and it's not organic, you end up doing something that you don't like and you don't feel passionate about, and then it goes into regret, and then you have to scrap the whole thing, and it's wasted time.
Right. So you just drop it.
Just drop it, leave the workroom, switch off your lights, and just come back next day.
Have you ever gotten inspiration from other designs that you would see on the internet? Other designers that you saw design something and you pull from that? Is there like a go-to design that, boy, I was always go on this website and I check these things and I pull from there?
Not really. I think I do think all of us draw references from each other within the industry. I think the way the industry is going, the moment something new comes up, I think every designer tries to put their spin on it, which is good, because that makes it a valid product and it validates the person who actually came up with it. And I think everybody's design techniques are different, so you wouldn't see the exact same thing. You'll see a version of it, and I don't think that's necessarily bad at all. I think we all draw references, because even I draw references from people like Wayne Barkley and Peter Minshall, and in terms of shapes and colors and all of that. Because I mean, it's you don't need to reinvent the whole wheel.
Right.
The wheel has already been created. So why are you going to go out of your way to make something that's already there?
Right.
Just build upon the foundation that you already have from the past.
So you mentioned some of these traditional mass creators, and Carnival has evolved. So there are always new trends in Carnival. What would you say is a trend in Carnival that you love?
A trend in Carnival that I love?
It could be anything from design materials to certain type of designs, or even in the Carnival Fete space, that things that you like, one trend in Carnival you think you like.
Honestly, the trend that I like well, it's not even a trend. I see it, but recently I see that a lot of designers are referencing all of the greats, and it's more of their technique and the size, proportion, and I think that level of storytelling is what we need to bring back into Carnival.
And what would you say is a trend that should stop? That you think you had enough of seeing it, or it should have never be there in the first case? And let's stop it right now.
It's not to be Carnival related, but you know what annoys me is when on Tuesday girls put on a costume, they look really good, and all of a sudden they just pop a squat and pull their ponytail and take a picture. That like you could imagine Ash Wednesday going through your phone and you seeing about 5 girls doing this. Put the ponytail down. Put the ponytail down.
And it's a clip. I want to see that clip because I'm sure you can find one. You can blur their face. Don't worry.
Put the ponytail down. Put the
you don't like that. You don't like the ponytail. You don't like the ponytail.
Put down the ponytail. Don't spread your legs and up onto the ground. Hold the ponytail. Please don't. Stop wearing your stockings up to your navel. Stop wearing your stockings up to your navel. I beg of you.
All right. Okay, so for those of you who don't know the platform, Playmas, I'm going to introduce it to you right here. So Playmas is actually a software platform that is the backbone of a lot of the carnival bands around the world. So when you're talking distribution, when you're talking online purchasing of the costumes, everything coming software related, Playmas helps to perfect the carnival bands to streamline all of their processes. So as we're talking technology, Alejandro, what you would say is technology in the carnival space that is there that you like to see, or that you think we could improve some of our processes by using technology on the whole?
I think, well, for me, well, as a masquerader, what I love is that now platforms are beginning to show more of the costume in terms of when you're buying, you don't just see a bra panty and you see a receipt. It's more of you see the final product, and then some platforms are introducing this not a 3D
The revolving.
the revolving.
Right,
So
right.
because a lot of masqueraders don't get to see the back of the costume.
Yes.
And then on Monday and Tuesday they're trying and struggling to see how to put on the costume. And I think some platforms are doing that, and I really enjoy that. What else? I think for me, what I would love to see is to have the platform actually help me get through distribution faster.
Right. But with Playmas, you would get that.
Yeah.
So, all of you carnival designers out there with your carnival bands, check out the Playmas platform, and it will be able to help you to streamline all of your processes. So you just had to focus on being a designer.
Very much.
And getting a costume. So Playmas is going to handle the rest. We went through your design questions. Now we're going to play a game called This or That. You had to give me the answer that as at the top of your head. No thinking, the first thing that comes to your mind, right? Let's go. Feathers or gems?
Feathers.
Bold and vibrant colors or metallic tones?
Bold and vibrant colors.
Doubles or bacon shack?
Doubles.
Traditional mask or fantasy mask?
Traditional.
Elaborate headpieces or dramatic shoulder pieces?
Headpieces need to make a comeback.
Headpieces to make a comeback?
Yeah, they do.
So you don't find like we have enough headpieces out there now?
No. I think that's a trend that kind of phased out, and I think it needs to come back. And it's slowly coming back, but I think it needs to come back fully.
All right. Flowing capes or feathered backpacks?
Feathered backpacks.
Mass on the road or mass on stage?
Mass on stage.
Soca Drum or Savannah stage?
Savannah stage, all the way.
Right.
all the way.
So you don't mind the lying up and waiting to cross the stage?
No, it's a tradition. It's like you look forward to that.
The anticipation of crossing?
I mean, the trick is to like double fist with drinks, so at least you have a drink for the whole stretch.
Traditional Caribbean elements or fusion with other cultures?
No, traditional.
All right. Frontline costumes or backline costumes?
Backline costumes. Frontline is too much.
You find frontline on the road is too much?
It's too much. It's too big. It's too in the way. Listen, after you cross the stage, you just peel everything off regardless. So.
Right. Small island carnivals or Trinidad's carnival?
don't want to answer that one.
All right. All right. So let me make it easy.
I have too many foreign clients to answer that.
You and a lot of the designers we spoke to don't want to pick, right? But all right, so let me rephrase it this way. Outside of Trinidad's carnival, you may have experienced other carnivals.
Yeah.
Is there another carnival that may have a carnival experience for you personally that would have jumped out at you?
Honestly, Grenada right now is very up and coming, and I think people haven't really grasped at how jab really is, and the old oil, and I don't know. It's somewhat of a difference than the pretty mass that you see all over, and I really like that they kept that tradition and it's still ongoing.
So, do you feel as though you could incorporate that jab and old oil into one of your concepts for your design?
Oh, for sure. But I mean, nothing still beats the authenticity of
the pretty
that.
mass.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So this one, I'm going to say a word, and you have to tell me a soca song that has this word in it.
God, man.
You're getting to think. I will help you too.
God, man. Oh, you bring me here for a test?
We started with jump.
Jump and wave.
All right. Wine.
Fast wine.
All right. You're quick, boy. Fat.
Hard fat?
Yeah. Bacchanal.
That should have a queen of bacchanal. Somewhere in there.
Vibes.
Vibes can't done.
Wait, boy, this man killing.
Listen, I have a big pet peeve of people on the road and they mouth in lyrics to soca and they don't know it. I'm like, you had time. You had 2 months, man.
Love. This one tricky.
Yeah, we sing about love?
Yeah, there's one, I can give you a hint. Freetown Collective sang one.
I know the song. Do I know the title?
Private Ryan. You can sing a piece of it if you think you know it.
You know what that?
Private Ryan used this song for one of his themes.
I know the song. They just performed the song the other day.
Can you feel the love?
You're not getting me to do that.
All right. Mass.
I don't know.
I can give you another hint. Freetown have a collab with Michael Teja this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Do I know the
Goes
I know
Mass.
Come again.
Right, you know the tune.
Rhythm. Oh my god.
Rhythm.
Nah, boy.
And the rhythm and the make go jump.
Engine room.
In the engine room. It just had to be a song with a word in it.
Okay.
Flag.
Isn't. Oh God! No, there's a song. It's an old song.
Let me see if you example.
Oh God, man!
Let me see what's your own. I want to hum one. Let me see if
it's not pump your flag and jump something.
Right. Pump your flag and jump. Jab.
God, man. Oh, let have my hair blank. You know the people I'm interview.
Anything from Grenada. You're bound to find a jab somewhere inside of it.
Anything from Grenada.
Well, give me at least a Grenadian soca artist, you think?
Talbury.
All right. Well done. Well done. So, Alejandro, we want to thank you very much for joining us on Carnival Visionaries, and we know that you have some great concepts and great designs. We're looking forward to your next great design. What's the next carnival you're going to be designing for?
The next carnival, I'm actually doing a St. Kitts.
St. Kitts. So that's coming up. So we're looking forward to that. This has been another fantastic episode of Carnival Visionaries. It's Rome. This is the Playmas team. Thank you very much for joining us.